The year is 2025, and what's the current wait time to get a suppressor? In this video, we're gonna be discussing how long it takes if you file as an individual, as well as on a trust right now, as well as some other new ways to get a suppressor legally and more efficiently. What's up, everybody? Brian with First Shot Tactical, back with another video for you here today. Jumping right into it. So the wait time for filing as an individual versus filing as a trust. A couple months back, I filed for this Dead Air Lazarus 6 as an individual, and when I did that, the wait time was about 2 days. So I certified and filed my eForm for this on a Monday, and in that same week, I got the approval letter on Wednesday and went in and picked this up. And again, that's for an individual. Also on the individual note, I finally got my brother to pick up his first suppressor. They had the one he wanted in stock at his local gun store. So he went in, did all the paperwork right there on the spot, and for him, filed and certified it same day, and he got a call back the next day and was able to take it home. So legit, he had a 1 day or less than 24-hour approval for doing it as an individual. So if you're filing as an individual, that is by far the quickest way to pick up a suppressor, especially if it's from a local gun shop where they have it in stock. Switching gears to a trust. The ATF came out recently with a note saying that they're gonna be filing and approving trusts in the same timeline as individuals. So the expectation should be 1 to 2 days from what I just talked about. So back in November, I wanted to test this out. This is a Griffin Armament M4 SDL suppressor, and I filed for this on November 11th, 2024, and it took 18 days for this to get approved on a traditional trust. So this got approved on December 1st, 2024. Honestly, not bad for a traditional trust, 18 days, but from what the ATF said, I was hoping it would be the 1 or 2 day quicker turnaround time. But again, I'm not complaining about 18 days. I think moving forward, the trusts will get quicker, but regardless of which way you do it, as a individual or as a trust, I mean, you're looking at less than a month to get a suppressor. Guys, this is a great time to be alive. Now, while I don't agree with the ATF and the $200 tax stamp and yada, 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 when looking at the situation and what it's been in the past, we're in a lot better spot, guys. So if you're looking to pick up a suppressor, man, now is the time to do it. The other big thing we need to talk about is here in 2025, there are a lot of different options or ways to legally pick up a suppressor here in the US. Looking at your different options, I'd say there's 3 main ways to get a suppressor. Option 1 is the traditional way. You go into your local gun store that sells suppressors. They have the one you want in stock. You pay for it there in the store, and then you also begin the paperwork with them. Whether you're doing the eForms with them or doing a traditional paper fingerprint form, they're gonna help you out. And once you get all that squared away, you're gonna get a letter back from the ATF, hopefully within 1 to 18 days like we just discussed. And once you do get that approval notification from the ATF, you're gonna be able to go back to your local gun store and take home your suppressor. The second option is to acquire your suppressor online and then have it shipped to your local FFL. This is a good option if your local gun shop does not have the suppressor you want in stock. Therefore, you can go online, select the one you want, have it shipped to your local FFL. Once it's received there, you would do all the paperwork or e-certify it. And then once you get that ATF approval, you're gonna be able to take your suppressor home. Now, the one downside to this is oftentimes you're gonna run into a lot of various fees. So what I mean by this is your local gun store is gonna charge a NFA transfer fee, and this is not a FFL transfer fee. For example, here in Texas, if I do a FFL transfer, it's typically around like $35 for a firearm. But if you're doing a suppressor or an NFA item, typically it's like $75 to $150 just for the transfer fee. Mind you, you also have to pay the $200 tax stamp once this gets shipped there as well. So you can see how this can get costly with all those little fees in there. So just be careful of that. The third option, and I'd say the coolest option that I tried out recently, and that I'd recommend you guys trying out too, is having your suppressor shipped directly to your door. Yes, at your house by a UPS person. They just hand it to you. Well, after you sign. So for this scenario and what I did recently, Griffin Armament reached out to me and explained that they have this program called direct to your door suppressors. And the way it works is on Griffin Armament's website, you'll pick out the suppressor you want, you'll pay for it. After that, they're gonna mail you a kit or a little packet, just like this one here. It has fingerprint cards, instructions on how to complete everything, and then a return envelope to send it back in. Once you return all that in, a profile is gonna be set up on Capital Armory's website. For those who don't know, Capital Armory is one of the largest suppressor and NFA item dealers in the US, I would say. So your packet and your fingerprints is gonna be sent to Capital Armory. They're gonna create a profile for you, and then after that, they're gonna submit all of your ATF paperwork paperwork and your Form 4, so that way it can get approved. Once it's approved, Capital Armory is going to reach out with a DocuSign for electronically signing your 4473. They're also going to file a document with your local law enforcement agency, notifying them that they are shipping an NFA item to your house. And once all that paperwork's filed, it's 100% legal for them to ship the suppressor directly to you. To give you a timeline of my experience with this direct to your door program, I actually did it with this M4 SDL. And as far as the date breakdown, here's what happened. November 11th, 2024, I placed the order for this M4 SDL on their website. 2 days later, on November 13th, I got an email from Capital Armory letting me know that I can certify my eForm through their portal. So I did that on the 13th. We submitted it. Then I waited 18 days, and on December 1st, 2024, I got the ATF notice that my Form 4 for this has been approved. On that same day, so December 1st, Capital Armory also reached back out to me with a DocuSign to fill out my 4473 electronically. I went ahead and completed that. Then also they filed the paperwork for the local law enforcement agency, letting them know that they're going to be shipping this so that way they can actually do it. Then 12 days later, so December 12th, 2024, I got a knock on the door from the UPS lady. She had a package. I signed for it, and I had my suppressor already at home. Do I continue? Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. Have a good one. So from ordering it online to receiving it, guys, it was literally 1 month. November 11th to December 12th. What is that, 31 days exactly? Dude, crazy. I'm a big fan of shopping on Amazon and getting like the 2-day Prime delivery and not having to leave my house and deal with people at the store. Yeah, I'm pretty introvert these days. So being able to do this same thing with a suppressor and having it in a month, guys, my mind was blown. Now, one thing to note about this is I did have a Capital Armory profile set up in their portal already because I've acquired other suppressors through Capital Armory in the past. So the only difference with this, if this is your first time using Capital Armory, is you'll get the packet like I talked about with the fingerprints, and you're gonna send that into them. There might be about a 5 to 7 day additional wait time to get your fingerprints shipped in and to get your new profile set up. But once you have that profile set up with Capital Armory, you can go on Griffin's website and order these all day and get them in less than a month. The other cool thing about this is you could get it quicker. Again, I filed with a traditional trust for this, so it took 18 days. But if I would have filed as an individual and we cut this timeline to what I had with this Lazarus 6, so a 2-day wait period, I would have literally got this suppressor to my house in about 15 days. Guys, that's 2 weeks. Order a suppressor and get it in 2 weeks legally. Oh, man. It's a great time to be alive. Shwink! I'm Wolverine. Whether it's your first or 10th suppressor, get out there and pick up a new one this year, and let me know down below which suppressor you're thinking about. Till next time, have fun shooting. We'll see you soon. Thanks, everybody.